Will you be my Valentine? I'm Aaron, your love guru, and this is ToCing Points, Romantic Edition.
Give me sex all night. Whoa, whoa, yeah, sex all night. Whoa, whoa.
What's up, all you sexy ladies? And, well, I'm not commenting on the guys. Anyway, welcome to today's super sultry episode of ToCing Points. On today's episode, I'll be guiding you, the viewers, down the tunnel of talk, which is our video recap. After that, I'll be talking about this week's engaging mobile game madness game of the week, which is very lovely in its own. Which, by the way, happy belated Valentine's Day, y'all. That's why this is all lovey-dovey. As you can see, I have my Vincent Valentine over here, and Squall Leonhardt. Yeah. You see what I did there? But anyway, after that, we'll read your sweet nothings that you all whispered to us in our ToCing Points segment. And so now that the rose petals are all spread out and I've put on my sexy cologne, let's get to talking. So last week, we here at ToC started off the week by taking on Super Mario Bros. 2. Yeah, we quickly learned just how stressful that game can get, with me failing a lot, which I tend to do with the the original Mario games. The modern ones I tend to do a little better. Apparently, I just found this out recently. Mario 3 I'm pretty decent at, so. Anyway, Josh raged a lot. Yeah, it was terrible. We hate that game. Next up, we took on Japan in Doritos Crash Course, and we both figured out we're pretty huge in Japan. I'm sorry, I know that's an old joke, and yeah. But anyway, Josh surprised everyone with some Homefront the Revolution beta codes right after our Japan Crash Course on Doritos Crash Course, which got you, the viewers, interested in talking to us. Hey, I'm glad to see y'all wanted some beta codes out there. We're going to try to do that more often if we can get a hold to beta codes as they come along. So stay tuned. You never know when we might have something pop up at a random second. Then, after Josh announced that beta code, we continued our march around Mario Maker, and which we did the 100 Mario Challenge. Sorry, I got a little high pitch there. I felt like I had to burp, and yeah. Anyway, we continued our 100 Mario march, as I'm calling it, and we proved once and for all, I actually don't suck at a fucking Mario game anymore. I beat a motherfucking castle without any help. Yeah, even though it was a, pretty much auto runner. Yeah, I just couldn't contain myself. I finally feel proud of myself for beating a Mario game by myself. Well, mostly on some levels. Josh took on a few levels, but anyway. Next up, Josh took on the role of Daddy, while Maddie from ToC Kids stepped into the role of the security guard of the scary world of animatronic pizza restaurants in Five Nights at Freddy's. That was actually kind of fun to watch. I enjoyed hearing Maddie, freak out whenever something popped up at her, and then, she kind of would laugh about it, and she would say, "I'm not scared." Josh challenged me with another fetch quest also this week, which I aced. So that gives me 2 fetch quests in a row now that I've actually dominated. Yeah. After that, Josh and Misty, our on-again, off-again teammate, took to the Mushroom Kingdom to race it out in Mario Kart 8. Josh pretty much stomped her in that. Yeah. Misty's just like me. We can't beat Josh. Josh is all-powerful in that. After that, Josh hung out with some pirates and Banjo-Kazooie, and I raged so hard that I might have used a little bit of the dark side of the Force in Super Meat Boy. That is probably the worst I've ever raged playing Super Meat Boy. So, I said a few words there that I was like, whoa, did that just come out of my mouth? Yeah, it was horrible. But that's it for our recap. But anyway, let's get moving on to our engaging discussion in this week's Mobile Game Madness. This week's game is a game all about love and marriage. Since, yesterday was Valentine's Day, got to continue on with that theme of love. So you had Misty and Josh playing a game together, and now we have, a game all about love and marriage, which is a lot of marriage, in fact, with 10 Billion Wives by Masukachi Inc. I probably butchered that all to hell, but I have a hard time with Japanese names. In 10 Billion Wives, you are tasked with collecting and leveling up as many different wives to choose from. I mean, literally, you start off with Apron Wife, then you get CEO Wife. You kind of get the hint. Each wife has a different theme to her. The game is a very simple tap game in which you pretty much just tap the screen each time and it builds up your love. Well, you use that love to pay for a marriage license, which you use to unlock a new wife. So right now, I'm just getting into the early stages of the game, but apparently there's unlockable images which are, completely G, maybe PG at the most. No nasty Japanese porno stuff or anything like that, but anyway, the objective of the game is leveling up your wives, collecting new wives, collecting their items which help increase your love. So with that being said, long day. Anyway, with that being said, the game is full of quirky Japanese oddness, and it's fun and entertaining and very easy and very devoid of bugs, in my opinion. I hadn't had any issues. So with that being said, 10 Billion Wives gets a 4 out of 5. If you'd like to check it out, you can head on over to the Google Play or Apple App Stores to find it. Well, now that we've finished up our mobile game madness, let's move on to the namesake of our show, which is our ToCing Points. Last week we asked you, the viewers, what was your favorite Nintendo game or series? For our answers, we have Compendium Gaming. That is a big tongue twister right there to try to say. Who says, those are good games. Thank you, Compendium Gaming. Might have to check out your channel later. Valony, one of our longtime viewers, writes, Zelda! Katie writes, Legends of Zelda and Banjo-Kazooie. Jen writes, Kirby's Epic Yarn or Epic Mickey. Because even though it was hard and had shit camera angles, yes, Epic Mickey is what she's talking about, and I do know the struggle of the shit camera angles on a Wii. It was terrible. I didn't like it too much. Apparently, she likes it. And she also says it has no voice acting. It's still a lot of fun, is what she says. I will say it was fun, even though the camera angles pissed me off so bad. For our team answers, Josh says, LOZ Ocarina of Time. So apparently Zelda was the big seller here. Anyway, that's it for last week's Talking Point. This week's romantic themed Talking Point is something we want to know from you is, who is your favorite video game couple? For me, it had to be, Renoa and Squall from Final Fantasy VIII. Their relationship was one of those, it started off as a chance relationship. They danced, well, awkwardly, I can't dance, so I can relate to Squall. It started off kind of clumsy ballroom dancing and ended up with them fighting the end of the world to save each other. That was by far one of my favorite Final Fantasy games, so, that couple right there kind of spoke to me, because Squall reminds me of me. So anyway, you want to answer this week's Talking Point? Make sure to leave a comment below letting us know how you feel about it and what your favorite video game couple is. Also, make sure you head on over to the Facebook, Twitter, and top web pages for all things TOC, and to leave us a answer this week's Talking Point as well. Usually we post stuff up there. Anyway, that's it for this week's episode. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep talking. Hey, thanks for tuning in. If you want to subscribe to any of our videos, you can click on this Squall action figure. If you want to see another awesome video, you can click on this Vincent action figure. Remember, S, Squall, subscribe, V, video, Vincent.